Welcome, time for some art fun. Today we're going to unbox a new Just Go Sketching kit from Ian over at what used to be called Rawlinson End in the UK. So stick around. I already have 2 sketching kits from this amazing maker whose stuff is available on Etsy. I will have a 15% off coupon for you viewers if you want to buy one of his items until I believe end of January 2024. So that will be in the notes below. I'll put it on the screen here as well. So if you go on Etsy and you use that coupon, you'll get 15% off if you want to on one of his sketching kits. This one is the A6 version, I believe, or the 5x5 version is the sketchbook that it holds. I currently have a Royal Talon sketchbook in here that I was using the last time I traveled to make art on the plane, and I used this kit to do it. It is really cool, and I do have a video on this kit already on my channel, so I'll just direct you to watch that if you want to see it. This is the size of an A5 sketchbook, so I just have this out so you can see for scale. So he recently reached out to me and asked if I wanted to see his newest sketchbook setup, or to-go sketching kit setup, and I said of course I want to see that. I have not opened this yet, although it's been sitting in my office so the tape has started to peel off a little bit, but I wanted to wait to unbox it with you. So let's take a look at what this new sketching kit looks like. Okay. So there we have the inside. We got some wrapping paper. Woo, it's already cool. I'm excited. Okay, so let me take this out of the box and move the box away, and we'll look at this together. Okay, first things first, we have a little card, and I believe this has some of his sketchbook art on it. Very cool. And it does have a note talking about supporting one-handed sketching, and that's what the idea is with this kit. Oh my gosh, I'm so set up. Look at this. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so first things first, I've got a Just Go Sketching A5 watercolor paper pad. You can see the texture, so that looks like cold pressed. 300 GSM, 10 sheets, acid-free, archival, OMG, amazing, Bockingford, very excited. And look, this has all of his branding on it, how beautiful. But that is really cool. Ooh, and it has the magnets on it. I wonder if those do go on here, if they go on here, if they go somewhere else. I don't know. Oh, I see. Okay, this makes sense. So there are paints in here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half pans of different colors. Mold in Cornwall by an artist for an artist. That is where these are made. Pro quality pigments. That's one box. And there's another box. Ooh, how cool. It does say on the front, ooh, these have the colors on the front. Yellow, orange, blue. Let's see. Do these? Yes, these have a little swatch on the front too. Look how pretty that phthalo is. Gorgeous. So we'll be able to test those out and give them a swatch. And then we've got the sketching kit where you can put your paints. The tin, which is a really nice high quality tin. Yeah, it's the edges are nice and rounded, so you're not going to hurt yourself. Sometimes they're not, and it's a little painful. If you get one of those watercolor kits that don't have the edges rounded off, I know Schmidt paints, what am I talking about? Schminke sometimes does that, and it could be annoying. This does have the little ring to hold it in one hand, but the whole point of this is that you get your magnets to put. There you go, and it sticks it. So I guess this is supposed to have the magnets stuck to the actual pad, because that's what's going to stick to the holder right here. Okay, I'm too excited. I should have done this separately. Okay, so we also have our little water containers where you put your water so you can clean. It looks like we've got a dirty and a clean water holder on this setup because it's big enough to hold that. And this is like the size of a little bigger than a legal pad. Again, here's an A5 sketchbook for comparison. So if you had an A5 sketchbook, you could one-hand it and just have it open like this while you sketch. and have one part hanging off if this were to be, you know, magnetized onto here. But it's actually made and designed for a notepad like this. So this is meant to stick here. And that's why he gave me this pad. Oh my gosh. So this is what it would look like if I were painting. I would have this open. He did give me a water brush, it looks like. A travel water brush, yep, where you just open it like that and stick it in there. How pretty. I'm gonna look and see. Yeah, this is a size 6, so sort of the classic size water brush. It comes to a nice point. It's got that glue that it usually has to start. So I'll have to wash that off to give the brush a try, but I'll definitely test this out when I test the paints. And you can put another pen in there if you want. You can. He did give me a sketching pencil, the Rotring 0.7 sketching pencil. Really nice quality sketching pencil. I love this. And if you buy his kits complete, this is what you get. You can pick and choose though. When my first kit that I bought from him, and I did a video on here for it, he didn't offer to send it. There was no, you know, coupon or anything. I was just a random customer, saw this kit on Instagram and had to go for it. And then after that was just such a fan, reached out to him. He saw my video and he offered me to try this. But when I got that, I was just so attracted to how customizable it was. That one I ordered with just the, what would you call this? Like the palette? Just the palette and the elastics. And I did everything, and the case that it comes in, this case. This one does not come with a case. It just, everything you see is what it is. So you would just stick this into your case, into your backpack, into your purse, whatever, if you have a bigger purse. But this is what you can use to clip it onto. You can use that for just to hold it with your hand. You can clip it onto an easel if you like working with an easel. But I think the point of this is supposed to be one-handed. So I would probably just be able to hold it like that. And it is very light and comfortable. I really like the maroon. This is really thick. Look at that. So this is a really nice surface. How cute is this? You could just put it in your lap if you're sitting. That's probably the #1 thing I would do with this, is have it in my lap, just completely ready to go. If you saw my Santa Fe travel sketching video, this would have been the ideal setup for that. So this is really cool. You would just have your watercolor set up. You can do it this way if you'd rather. So cute. And then you've got your sketching pencil, you've got your water brush. I would probably put a water brush here more so than this travel brush, but because you have the 2 waters, it is really convenient to be able to do that instead of a water brush. So this is the setup. I just think it is so cool. I'm going to unwrap these and load up my tin and give you all a view of what these paints look like. I love his paints. He makes the paints and he is an artist, so it's really cool to get paints from someone who knows what they're going to be used for, what we're looking for, what we want. But how cool is that? He made this because his other sketch kits, the draw of the other sketch kits, if you've seen my other videos, this is what his palette usually looks like. And what you do with that is you take your sketchbook, you put this here and here, open it up. I do have it upside down right now. Open it up, and then when you clip it here and here, you can put your watercolors here, you put your, brush or whatever here. It's the same idea, but this is how little the littlest one is compared to this pad setup. So this is my old setup. Actually, I think if I do it that way, you can see the size perfectly. So my old setup is smaller than just the A5 sketchbook itself, but I don't love using this type of sketchbook the most. This is not my favorite size sketchbook. I'll just do it across to try to make it similar to the size I prefer. This is just what I use when it's the only thing that will fit. It's the only thing convenient. Like I'm going on a trip on an airplane and I'm already fully packed and don't have room for one more thing. I'll do this. And then I have an A5 size, which was the one I first bought for myself. And now I have this, which I think is definitely something I would be bringing to like my botanic gardens locally on hiking trips, because this would fit in my backpack perfectly and it would just be so easy to put in my lap if I was sitting on a rock or something. I just think this is perfect for plein air sketching. And so this is a really cool setup if you're a pad artist as opposed to a sketchbook artist. Although, like I said, you can put a sketchbook on here and it would work. Again, still in your lap. But I just think this is designed for a pad. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think? Is this something that you'd be interested in? Is this the sort of sketching that you do? That's just a really easy hold and go. I am a righty for drawing, so that's how I would use it. It is super, super comfortable. Oh my gosh. So if you were standing, it does feel like, it really feels like holding a palette. Gosh, do I have a palette? Hold on. So this is my big palette that I used for gouache and acrylics. And it does feel like that. It is a very similar size to my big palette. Yeah, this is actually smaller than the big palette, but it is a very similar feel. Very easy to hold, very easy to carry one-handed. So I understand. So that you know why he designed this and called it like the one-hander pad painting sketchbook setup. I love that you can pick your own colors. I picked the baby blue and the maroon this time. I love this like camel colored brown, like saddle brown with the pale blue. The first one I got was an olive green with brown. Love the olive green. So I like that you can mix and match like the color of your different pieces to this because you're the one who's going to be using it. But the clips are really sturdy on these. The magnets are obviously working really well. Obviously, as you're using it and you're taking your pages off, that won't be so top loaded. These are really nice. But if you order it from him, it will come as a full kit. It will come with everything that you see here. I do believe you can pick your paint colors. It's highly customizable. And you can always message him on Etsy. That's what I did when I was first buying and just say, hey, I don't need, for instance, I don't need the water cups, or I don't need 2 elastics. I just need 1. I don't need the paint because I'm going to fill it with my own, you know, Schminke paints or whatever. I just want the tin, or I don't need a tin at all. And it will obviously bring the price down if you eliminate different things that you don't need from your personal sketching kit. But what do you guys think? I love this. I think this is super cool. I think it's beautiful. It's sleek. It's really sturdy. It feels really well made. I love it. Let me know what you think and let's do some swatching. I'm using the brush that came with the set. This is a travel brush. I think I kept referring to it as a water brush, but of course it's not a water brush that would have like a reservoir of water that you can squeeze the body and water comes out to the front like a Pentel water brush does. That's what I usually use in my travel kits. This comes with an actual travel brush. So it's just a regular old brush, but to keep it compact and easy to carry around, the barrel of the brush kind of combines and folds back over so it's compact and you can piece it together as you saw. And this is what it looks like when it's full length, just like any brush. The watercolors are stunning. They are so pigmented, they're so concentrated. There are 2 colors that aren't really for me that were a little bit hard to activate. Or actually it was just 1 color, wasn't it? Yeah, the yellow ochre was a little bit hard to activate, but if I'd left the water in there for a little longer, it would have been fine. This one here, the Van Dyke Brown, is not striking me as a Van Dyke Brown. It actually reminds me a lot more of one of the granulating colors from Daniel Smith. I'm trying to remember what it's called, like maybe hematite, something like that. It was in the Primatech range and it's just really hard to get activated. But I'm going to use it to mix with other colors to make granulating colors in this palette, and I think that's going to be super fun. So one of the things I'm going to do when this is all over and I'm just playing with the set going forward is do all kinds of mixes to see all the different colors that I can get out of this set. For instance, I can't wait to mix that yellow ochre with the phthalo green, with the cobalt blue. I am just going to go nuts and make a whole page of mixes in my swatch book because I do keep a separate sketchbook just for swatching materials to play in, and that's what I'm going to do with this set. But it has a lot more colors than I usually have with me in my smaller 5x5 travel set that you just saw. That one only has room for 6 or 7 colors. And so this is very luxurious to have this many colors in my travel palette. In my other travel palette, my original one that I purchased, it has a big palette like this, so I have it chock full. So I really love the quality of the watercolors. I love the palette. I love the whole setup. It's just really cool. And I love how he's always thinking of different ways to accommodate any particular artist's style of plein air painting. So I was really happy that he sent this to me to share with you, that he gave me the code to share with you so you can get your discount until the end of January 2024. If you do decide to buy any of his products based on me covering this, just let me know how you like them. Until next time, remember, create something cute.